What's the matter? Not hungry? I am partaking in some sweet delights. Is there a problem? I am a person too. What I eat is nobody's business but my own. If you need something, spit it out. My ice cream is melting. Perhaps after I finish devouring this treat. I am. And I am not. At the moment, I am Jeritza von Hrim. The Emperor and the army know me only as the Death Knight. But he is merely an illusion. A demon who resides in my heart. He is not me. Not who I am at my core. He thrives and feasts upon blood, death, suffering. So while I sit here eating, I prefer to just be myself. Jeritza, I would like to be who I truly am. I am incapable of enjoying my dessert with you gawking at me like that. I have no further words for you. Go.
Lord Jeritza? I believe he used to be a professor at the Officers' Academy. It was also my understanding that he was personally recommended by Lord Arundel himself, landing him a position as a sword instructor.
Whatever the case is, behind that mask of death, there's an emptiness, a void. This is probably just a rumor, but I heard he was found and taken in by Her Majesty herself. Supposedly, he's the heir of the Hrim family. But I also heard he's only a distant relative who was adopted. He sure is mysterious.
You've been asking around about me. It matters not to me, one way or the other. Do you want to know of my past? Why? Friend or foe? That's what you're trying to determine. But you won't find answers merely with words. There is only one path forward. Raise your sword if you have the nerve. Raise it and fight me. If you want to know my heart, know my sword. It's only to spar. Nobody will be slain. I cannot kill you yet. The Death Knight knows that very well. I've been told to refrain from killing you until the war has ended. The Emperor. The young Emperor discovered me long ago. Though back then, she was still a princess. Ultimately, it was she who erased my past. She placed me into a family that was disintegrating, that I might be their heir. To survive, the Death Knight must spill blood. Left to his own devices, he would kill innocent passers-by. Through the Emperor's grace, he was allowed hunting grounds. That is why, to this day, I follow her. I am not yet ready to yield such fertile hunting grounds. Nor am I ready to truly fight you. Of course, were I not here to hold him back, he would cut you down without hesitation. As for me, I too... never mind. If you've no intention of fighting, then be gone. Perhaps it is he who is to blame, but I feel oddly when I look at you. The way your sword glides through the air, I am in awe. You, paired with that sword, it may bring about my end. I do not know. Perhaps I do. Long ago, when the Death Knight saw you in the Holy Mausoleum, I came to an understanding that it is you, and you alone, who are capable of slaying me. Only you with your sword can do it. Upon reflection, I can see that our encounter was fated to happen. Ever since then, I've been thinking. Perhaps that is so. At that moment, he fell under your spell. You who wields the sword of the Creator. And now, as I fight alongside you, I too fall victim to your spell. That I am unable to fight you is truly regrettable. Now is not the time. Uniting Fodlan and overthrowing the Church are mere trivialities to me. All I truly need is you. You, and nothing else. Perhaps that is true, viewed in a certain light. And please, don't get yourself killed by some foolish brigands. You must live, that we might fight one another to the death. I must know which one of us will emerge victorious. For now, I will have to use my imagination and savor the potential outcomes of that future. I can see it now. You swiftly dodging my blade, and then at last, your sword piercing my flesh. I stumble to the ground, gasping for air, breathing my last. Or perhaps my blade will pierce you first. No, that is enough. I must refrain from such fantasies. They make my urge to slay you all the stronger. It is enough to stand by your side while I await that day of true pleasure. Indeed. You and I are fated to be intertwined. I will follow you to the very gates of hell. Utterly boring. These kills are worth less than nothing to me. Are you done? Let's move on already. The war has ended, and yet this incessant swatting at flies never ceases. I have yet to claim my moments to kill you, it would seem. Ah, or will I? The clash of spirits fighting for their lives. Battle is the one thing that puts blood in my veins. Funny, is it not? That we should fight toward the same end, only to vanquish one another in time. I do not quite know how to articulate these curious feelings. I think it could be described as Contentment? Perhaps it stems from discovering such a creature as you. All this time, I had determined it was the Death Knight who was drawn to you. Yet, fighting alongside you, I have come to realize that you are the only being who truly means anything to me. Once we exterminate the rats lurking below ground, and all of this madness is settled, once that finally happens, all of this will long be forgotten, and we shall indulge in the finer things together. Indeed, I abandoned all that I am, my true name, whatever remnants were left of my past. But now, with the chance to fight you, it is my only reason for existing. I finally understand. It is you alone who can slay the demon that lives inside of me. The Death Knight. This strange feeling rising up within me. Is this what is called love? That pleases me. Let us away then, beyond these shadows that we have dwelt in for so long. To the very depths of hell, I will tumble down with you.